Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here. Well, it's time for another Tools and Tech Tuesday, and we've had an awful lot of information coming out lately about the PS5 and the Xbox Series S and X. So I thought, what better time to tell you about the Power A charging station? Here's some things, some pros and cons that you might want to know before you buy this thing. Okay, up to hold it, up to store it, I guess, and down to charge it. Pretty cool. So first I want to point out that I can't 100% guarantee that this thing will work with the new console controllers. However, Microsoft did say that the Xbox One controllers will be compatible with the Xbox Series S and X, and they've been working really hard to make the new console backward compatible with games and accessories. They've been really doing a lot of things to add a lot of value for gamers, so I'm expecting this to work. So as you saw in the unboxing video, the charging station comes with the charging station itself, the power cord, because of course it has to power your controller, and it comes with 2 of these battery covers. And the reason it has this hole in it is because the connectors on these batteries fit right through that. And that is how it charges the battery, because there's these little connectors here. So these are rechargeable batteries. They're 1100 milliamps. To put the controller on, you simply stick it in place. If you want to charge the controller, click it down, and now it's charging. Click it up, and it's no longer charging. I just want to point out that doesn't this white controller sitting on top of this black charging station kind of remind you from a distance of a stormtrooper? So I played online for 2.5 hours one day with a headset plugged in and was chatting and everything, and that battery meter barely moved. I'm seeing reviews that say that these batteries will last 8 to 10 hours, and based on my experience, I'd say that's completely reasonable. That's more than enough time for me, because I never play my Xbox for more than 8 or 10 hours at a time, and if I did, I think I'd be ready for a break. So I would set the controller down while I go eat or take a walk or whatever I'm going to do, and come back to a charged controller and get playing again. So one downside of this design is these physical connectors on here, and any type of physical connector can become dirty or corroded. I once had a car stereo that had a removable faceplate, and the idea was you'd take the faceplate off, stick it in a case that came with it, stick it in your pocket, walk away, and who's going to steal a car stereo that is unusable because it has no buttons or no screen? Well, the problem was I eventually would stick that faceplate on, and eventually those connectors got to the point where I had to clean them, because when I put the faceplate back on, it would light up, and then the buttons wouldn't respond. Some of the buttons wouldn't respond. I would try to go from song to song or turn the volume up and down, and it just wouldn't work. So that could be irritating. So keep in mind, you don't want to be eating Cheetos and things, touching this controller or the connectors here, and then you set it down on the charging station, think that it's charging, and then eventually come back and it's not charging. Well, you might end up having to clean it so it continues to work well. One cool thing about this charging station is that when you put the controller on it and you push it down, if the battery needs to be charged, it'll be red. Once it's fully charged, it'll turn green. And I just think that the colors glowing looks really cool. Well, there you have it. There's a look at the Power A charging station. I actually, in my limited experience with it, really like it. Now, I have seen good and bad reviews, but overall the reviews are really good. I would definitely recommend this thing. I think it's great to not have to deal with AA batteries all the time. Just pop this on, let it charge, and you're good to go. Let me know in the comments what you think about these things. Have you ever used them? Do you like them? Maybe you just use regular old AA's. Thanks so much for watching the video. See you next time.
Oh wow, how did that get there?
And now that the pre-orders for the Xbox One and the PlayStation 5. So, Xbox One, I said it wrong. Xbox Series S and X. So I thought, what better time to show you the power state. So I thought, what better time to tell you about the Power A starging station. These are nickel